Good afternoon from NYChessKids. My name is Saudin. In today's lesson, I am going to explain you a legal mate. This is a game between the legal and Saint Bry in 1750. So this is a really cool game, and it's also good not only for intermediate two kids but for intermediate one. Let's see, e4, e5, knight f3, and d6. Now, this move d6 leads us into an opening that's called Philidor. Pawn protects pawn. The move is quite solid. There is one problem with this move, and that's because this bishop is blocked and he cannot move to c5 or b4. But bishop can stay around the king. It can move to e7 and be in a very nice position around the king. There are some grandmasters who play this opening. Now, white plays bishop to c4. Of course, excellent move, right? Bishop is targeting the pawn on f7. The other option here might be pawn to d4. This is actually the main move in this opening, pawn to d4. You are opening both bishops and attacking the center, so very nice. Now let's hit bishop c4. And now black played bishop to g4. There is a pin, a relative pin here, and with the relative pin, the knight can move, legally can move, and you will see that's what happened in this game. So the relative pins are tricky for both sides. Now, knight c3. White has 3 developed pieces and black has only 1. And now black plays a very bad mistake. Plays pawn to g6. Definitely moves like knight f6, knight c6 are much better. Knight e7, right? Because when you develop the knights to the center of the board, then you are protecting your center. Now, by protecting the center, you are actually protecting your own king. Now, black played a very bad move here, g6. And you may notice black played 3 times with the pawns, and you cannot really afford that in the opening, right? Because the white moved the pieces and black is moving the pawns. Now, white has a right to attack because the black center is not protected with the knights, and this move happened, knight to e5. Now look, of course, now we have to analyze what happens if bishop takes the queen, but we also have to see what happens if pawn takes. If pawn takes the knight, then you can take the bishop. See, this bishop was not protected. That's why when you develop the pieces, it is important to develop the knights first, because the knights are protecting the bishops. And in this case, the bishop was not protected, and so white captures. And of course here, white is pawn up. And not only a pawn up, but the white pieces are better developed, right? Comparing to the black pieces. Look at the black pieces, rook, knight, bishop, everything is on the last rank. So it's a clear advantage to white. But what happens after bishop takes d1? I remember when I was a kid, my teacher showed me this game, and I used to play chess with my dad on Sundays. And my dad was not chess player. He would just forget, like from one Sunday to the next, he would forget this position. And And he would take my queen, and then he would call my mom and say, "Oh, I captured the queen," right? And mom would say, "Oh, my son is gonna figure out something," right? So, and I would pretend, I was 6 year old, and then pretend that I don't know what to do. Of course, I knew right away what to do, but I would just take a couple of minutes to think, and then he would always fall for this trick. So, so I play bishop to I mean, the legal play bishop f7, check. Now look, king cannot capture the bishop, cannot go to d7. So the only move is king e7 and then knight e5. So checkmate. Now, what's really beautiful about this game is the power of the chess pieces in the center. The two knights, the bishop, created tremendous power, and that's what's beautiful about this game. Now, also, what's great about this game is to learn the reason that the black lost the game is because all those pieces are on the last rank, on the rank number 8. They are not playing, so they don't have enough power to defend the king. Now, look, when you attack the king, you are attacking with all your pieces. When the pieces are working together, they create a power. It's the same with the defense. If you are defending your king, you need a power, right? You need more pieces to defend your king. And here, there are no pieces protecting the king. Now, please try to remember this position because I'm going to go back and just show you something. Look at those two knights dominating the center. They jumped into the center, and there are no pieces here to defend that center. If we would just go back here, and instead of this move knight g6, let's move one of the knights. Let's say we play knight to d7. Now, if knight takes, look, you can simply take with a knight and protect your bishop. That means knight is protecting the center. Let's try something else. How about we play this move, knight f6. You take now the pawn, it doesn't work because pawn takes, knight protects the bishop. And that's the power of the knights in the center of the board because they are protecting the center and at the same time they are protecting the king. Right? So if the knights are not in the center of the board, your king may be in trouble. So that's what we needed to learn from this game. So let's see one more time. All the moves. Try to memorize them, to remember them. Now, there's one important thing about this game. Look, don't think that you can always sacrifice your queen. Just give your queen, right? That's not the point of this game. You can do it in some situations, and one of those I just showed you. But queen is a very valuable piece. You don't want to give a queen for a bishop or a knight. Like in this case, you sacrifice the queen for a checkmate. So the checkmate is stronger than a queen. So let's see. So the mistake was g6. Also, any other move with a pawn, right? Let's say h6 or a6. All this leads into the same troubles, right? Now, if black develops the piece, then fine. White is still better, but you can continue the game, right? No problem with the pawn on f7 because you have to protect this pawn. This pawn is the weakest pawn around the king, and it can be attacked with a light pieces, knights and bishops, or a queen. So you have to protect that pawn, and the best way to protect the pawn is move your knights to the center like this, like this. If you do that, then the pawn on f7 is going to be protected. Okay, kids, I hope you enjoyed the lesson, and I'm going to see you in another game. Okay, bye-bye.